Imagine a world where communication was limited to letters and phone calls. A world where accessing information required a trip to the library. This was the reality before the invention of the internet. Before we begin, I'd like to ask you for a small favor. If you find this discussion engaging, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Your support will help us create more captivating content like this in the future. Alright, without further ado, let's dive right into what if the internet was never invented, and have some fun exploring it together. Before the internet, people relied on physical newspapers and books to stay informed. The pace of life was slower, and information was harder to come by. Businesses relied on physical advertisements and direct mail campaigns to reach their customers. Entertainment options were limited to what was available on television, at the movie theater, or on the radio. But all of that changed with the invention of the internet. Now, let's imagine a world without the internet. Communication would be limited to phone calls and physical letters. This would make it harder to stay connected with loved ones who live far away. Accessing information would require a trip to the library or a physical book. This would make it harder to access information quickly and efficiently. Businesses would have to rely on physical advertisements and direct mail campaigns, making it harder to reach a wider audience. Entertainment options would be limited to what was available on television, at the movie theater, or on the radio. The internet has become an integral part of our lives, but what would happen if we suddenly lost it? The loss of the internet would have a massive impact on our daily lives. Businesses would struggle to connect with their customers, students would have to rely on physical textbooks, and entertainment options would be limited. The healthcare industry has become increasingly reliant on the internet in recent years. Electronic medical records, telemedicine, and remote patient monitoring have all become common practices. Smart devices will take readings, then deliver care accordingly without any human help. Medical devices and fitness trackers in general are getting more connected, allowing you to get everything from your heart rate to your blood sugar levels on your smartphone. For example, in September 2016, Food and Drug Administration approved a device that's often referred to as an artificial pancreas for use in people with type 1 diabetes over age 14. The device, made by Medtronic, is called the MiniMed 670G, and it works by automatically monitoring a person's blood sugar levels and administering insulin as needed, no constant checking and injecting required. But what if the internet went down? Without internet connectivity, doctors and nurses would be unable to access patient records or communicate with each other remotely. This could lead to delays in treatment, lower quality of care, and potentially life-threatening situations. In February 2015, a shocking incident occurred in northern Arizona, where people were left without the internet, cell phones, and landlines for hours. The reason behind this disruption was a fiber optic line that had been vandalized, affecting a large part of the state. As a result, businesses couldn't process credit card transactions, ATMs didn't function, and law enforcement databases were unavailable. The situation was so severe that even weather reports were affected in an area stretching from north of Phoenix to Flagstaff, which is about 100 miles away. There was no estimate available on how many people were affected by the incident. According to Phoenix police, CenturyLink employees found that the fiber optic cable in far north Phoenix had been completely cut through, and they were investigating the incident. Meanwhile, technicians from Monroe, Louisiana-based CenturyLink had to go through a long and tedious process of inspecting the line mile by mile. This left Flagstaff's 69,000 residents trying to go about their daily business without any means of communication. Zach Holland, who works at a computer store at Northern Arizona University, said, "Confused students were nearly in tears when he said nothing could be done to restore their internet connection. It was kind of a slap in the face if the internet goes down," Holland said. "It just goes to show how dependent we are on the internet when it disappears." According to authorities in Prescott Valley, located approximately 75 miles north of Phoenix, 911 service was being supplemented with handheld radios and alternate phone numbers during the fiber optic line outage. Water and sewer facilities switched to manual operations, and residents were required to pay their utility and court bills with cash. But humans are resilient. We've adapted to changes in the past, and we would find ways to adapt to a world without the internet. The internet has changed the world in so many ways, but it's important to remember that humans are capable of adapting to change. The internet has revolutionized the way we live our lives. It has made the world smaller and brought people closer together. Without it, we would have to rely on outdated technology and methods of communication. The impact on education, business, and entertainment would be enormous. But what if the internet was never invented? Would our lives be better or worse? It's hard to say. While the internet has brought us many benefits, it has also created new problems, such as addiction, cyberbullying, and misinformation. Perhaps a world without the internet would force us to slow down and appreciate the simple things in life. We would have to rely on face-to-face communication and physical media. It might even bring us closer together as a society. Regardless of whether the internet was invented or not, it's up to us to adapt to whatever challenges come our way and find ways to make the most of the world around us. Hey there! We're always looking for new ideas for our next video, so we want to hear from you. What topics do you want us to cover? Leave a comment down below and make sure to subscribe to our channel, Wisdom Wave, to stay up to date on all our latest content.